Well, sometimes I'm not sure if you hear me or not. Put your hearing aids in.
My hearing aids are in.
And turn them all the way up.
And we always do the thing first.
I don't know which thing you think you're doing first, but probably not the same thing I'm doing first. Maybe that's what the problem is.
It's your thing.
Maybe we should flip around or something. I don't know.
Flip around?
Well, if you're going first and I'm going somewhere else, then we're not on the same sync.
We're in the same place.
Yeah, well, okay.
You know, this next one is interesting because I didn't know too much about him other than his name inspired a hard rock band out of Sacramento. I mean,
and a car. You know, it's a real shame that our society, people who are different, they're treated horribly. This man was just incredible. He started the whole Industrial Revolution. I mean, he gave us electricity, AC electricity, and he gave us wireless communication. And he was different. He was a visionary. He was a psychic, and people just couldn't accept that. So his life was not that great, and he wasn't given credit for a lot of the things that he did. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
And hopefully one day he will get that recognition.
Hopefully.
Hi, this is Brian White. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 31 of Celebrity Soul Speak with Brian and Renee, interviews from the other side with Nikola Tesla. My wife, Renee, is a spirit communicator. She speaks to those on the other side, and I've been a radio personality for over 50 years. The other side established communication with us because they wish to stay in touch with this dimension. They are our teachers, the invisible knowledge that helps us on our way. They have much to share and hope that those who listen will reflect on their messages.
Do you know who Nikola Tesla is? I must say that I'm ashamed. I didn't know who he was. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 and died in 1943. He was a Serbian-American immigrant that came to America to work with Thomas Edison. After graduating from university, Tesla worked for Edison's electric company in Paris, but traveled to the United States in 1884 in the hopes of working directly for Edison, the leading figure in the race to deliver electric lighting and power to consumers. Tesla quickly gained a job as an engineer at Edison's headquarters because of his hardworking and ingenuity. Well, the story goes Edison basically screwed him out of $50,000. He left Edison and went on to form his own company. In his lifetime, he's credited with having over 300 patents and discovering AC current and wireless communication. His story is complicated, as he was a genius yet overlooked by those of his time. He died in squalor, a hermit who lived out his life in a hotel room paid for by a Westinghouse, a friend. His view of women was appalling to those who feel that there is equality between the sexes. I can only comment that things were different in those days. This is a quote by Mr. Tesla on women. Women's discontent makes the life of the present day still more overstressed. The high pitch given to existence by people who are restless and dissatisfied because they failed to achieve things wholly out of proportion to the health and talent which nature has endowed them is a bad thing for the world. Mr. Tesla says, for the most part, I always knew that there was something different about me. I wasn't quite sure what it was and how to handle it, so I just lived my life. After my brother passed, I was able to do more with the other realm. I received messages and plans for new technology. I would take the message and convert it to where we were technologically at the time and would design machines that would do what was requested. I didn't know where the messages were coming from, but I really didn't care because it fed me many great ideas. I didn't personally return communication. I didn't find out that it was the universe until I got here, and then I saw the big picture. I was chosen to present this to the world. J.P. Morgan and Westinghouse, I know they played their parts with you. Do you communicate with them? And how did it affect you when Morgan said science and supernatural don't mix, while he was reneging on your deal to loan you money to finish your project? Mr. Tesla says Morgan had his beliefs. I can't change those. What happened is what was supposed to happen. Oh yeah, I was mad down there, but when I got the whole picture, it became clear to me. I've moved on from those old relationships. I'm interested in helping those still on Earth, so I mentor people who I feel have the ability to understand. They would have to have an ability, and I choose students who are worthy in their skill and ability, that have no gift. I don't want to be known. You were vindicated with the Marconi ruling. You were supposed to be given credit for the invention of the telephone, but Marconi tried to steal it from you. I'm not sure that our history properly represents that fact. Tesla said, no, they don't, and it is what it is. I know the truth. Sam Clemens, you were friends here. Are you friends there? Tesla said, yes, Sam and I hang out occasionally. How about Katherine Johnson? Tesla said she was someone that I recognized as a soul from another life. We played our parts and she moved along. You had some unusual quirks while you were here, which included a repulsion with pearls. What's the deal with pearls? Tesla said they just disgust me. Oysters are dirty. You reportedly said that toe wriggling is the secret to longevity. Tesla said, I was tired of the question. I just threw that out. I believe that the key to longevity on Earth is the desire to keep learning. Your end date's in your life plan. However, you can make use of the time you have to do what's best for humanity. It's about the greater good. You had a friendship with pigeons. What is it that you had in common with them? Tesla said, I found that I was able to communicate with the pigeon soul. I don't deny it was odd for humans to understand, but everything has a soul, and we're all connected. I met a soul that was in a pigeon form, but I knew that soul, regardless of the package it was in. I found pigeons to be intelligent and kind, so I spent my time with them instead of wasting my time with humans who had no clue what life was about. Have you reincarnated here, and if not, do you plan to spend time here? Tesla says I have, but I find that my time is better spent here where I can guide many, not just one. What is life about? Tesla said life is about learning and being part of something bigger than you. Life on Earth is different than spiritual life, which is eternal and has many lifetimes. Earth is just one destination, one place to learn, and while we're there, we call it a lifetime. In reality, we spent very little time on Earth. You claim to have received space communication from the Colorado station, the research facility you built to transmit a radio wave from Pikes Peak to Paris. At first it was dismissed, but in 1996 it was acknowledged that your claim was real. Unfortunately, this was after your departure from here. Tesla said, I don't think that Earth understands that there are many of us spread throughout the many universes. We're not the only occupied planet. It's all been documented, but humankind doesn't want to believe in beings occupying other planets, just like they don't want to believe there's an afterlife. It's too far above the vibration of many of your kind. Most don't care what happens when their body dies. Most don't want to know anything that they aren't familiar with because it scares them. Their minds and vibrations are not mature enough to understand. That's why I wasn't misunderstood. We vibrate at different levels. How do you feel about Elon Musk naming his cars after you? Well, I was flattered, of course. I appreciated the fact that someone recognized a part of what I did while I was there. I would like for there to be more recognition when the schools teach this subject, but it is what it is, and I accept the outcome. Your outlook on women was controversial then, and it is now. Why do you feel that women are not equal to men? Tesla said, women were created for a purpose, to serve man. They weren't created as equals. I'm simply stating a fact. They do the work so that men may focus on business. And I'll admit, since I said that, the world's changed. Women are seen as equals. Has it helped humanity? You were so in tune to helping change the world, improve the quality of life for all generations after you. What do you think of the world now? Tesla said, I must say that humankind has not lived up to the tenets by which they were supposed to live, and it's unfortunate that greed overcame living the way of God. I don't know how humankind will be able to right the wrong. Maybe they won't, but it's all as it should be. Thank you for sharing your gift. It is appreciated. Tesla said, well, that's nice to hear. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Speak with you again? Tesla said, absolutely. Thank you. I wasn't able to give credit to Mr. Tesla for his numerous inventions and accomplishments. Look him up. He's someone that's worth your time.
Thanks for joining us. Join Celebrity Souls Speak on Facebook at facebook.com/The Celebrity Souls Speak. And check out Renee's blog at commonsenseinwilmingtonnc.blogspot.com. Sense spelled CENTS.